right, I asked on Instagram what tricks you guys wanted to know. The second most requested was no hand sit down circles. If you can't sit down circle, then go back to the first video. And when I say sit down circle, I don't mean 2 or 3 and then clutch. If you can't do like 10 sit down circles without using your clutch and without using much gas at all, then go back. Go until you can do at least 10 circles without touching your clutch. Now that we got those guys out of the room, we can get down to the nitty gritty. So the hardest part about no hand sit down circles is like initiating it. Now this isn't gonna be as much about like throwing the no-hander and then dipping into the circle. I think this is just like getting you to the point where you can do one full rotation with your hands off completely. I think a lot of people that ask me, at least, they can do like half a circle, or they can like get a circle going, throw a no-hander, and then they have to come back and they pull in the clutch immediately. A lot of that just might be the same thing with the sit-down circles, where you're just not running enough idle, or you're over braking, and that is like the main reason. But we're gonna kind of break it down step by step, what helped me get to the point where I'm at now. I'm not the greatest, but I know a thing or two as far as sit down circles, at least, it's kind of my jam. No throttle hand was like the biggest key to getting them, because if you can't, like if you force yourself to not use the throttle, then you really can't use the clutch, and vice versa. Like you can use the gas a little bit, but in a circle, like you're using a lot of clutch. So if you can't do sit down circles no throttle hand, and you can't do sit down circles one-handed this way, it would be reasonable that you can't do a no hand circle. If you're struggling with either one of those, I would say there's not really a whole bunch of tricks other than like turn the bars this way to where the bars are the same place every time, or vice versa if you're going the opposite direction. So turn the bar this way, let this go, when it comes back it's right to the same spot. You can kind of leave your hands near the bars, that way when you come back to it, it's like right here, I still do that. Like I'm not like, I don't come back and I'm, what I mean? I'll still leave my hands pretty close and I'll just come back, clutch, whatever. So running good PSI is important. If you're only running 20 pounds of pressure, it's gonna be pretty hard to get it to come around more than like 3/4 of a turn without high siding, at least for me. Trying to think what else was good. Finding one spot, because like you can move your body around, you can kind of like move all around and be fighting it and going whatever. You can do that, and sometimes you're forced to because of the terrain, or if it's like a super bumpy lot or whatever. But really the easiest way is just to lock in. Like you can do a circle and you just find that one spot where you're going, and you don't have to do anything. The bike is just going and you modulating the brake, and that's it. That's where you want to be. I don't lock my foot. I know a lot of people will lock their foot. I think with a built seat and a step plate, and even really just with most built seats nowadays, like you don't need to lock in. You can kind of just let, and if I can, I'm a big guy, if I can do it without locking in, I know y'all little 80-pound motherfuckers that jump around and all that will have no problem. One weird thing that helps me, I'll kind of like move my left foot off the peg a little bit more. I don't know if that's just me or if that's something. The right side of my left foot will just barely be on the peg.
Show me.
So I'm doing a normal circle, my foot's here. When I do when I go to do a no-hander, I'll like move my foot all the way out here, and I don't know what that is, but that's something that helped me. I don't think that's something you should be like aiming to do, but it just kind of happened naturally. So I think each person kind of does everything different. So if you have like something that you're doing, you're like, oh, that's funky, I don't see anybody else doing that. That might not be something bad. It's just, it's just how it is. One thing that was kind of silly that I was doing when I first was like trying to get a bunch of circles, no-hander, was I would like take this hand off for half a circle, and I'd come back and take this hand off for half a circle, and then go back and forth, and I looked stupid. But I do feel like that kind of gave you the idea of like if you can get this off for a little bit and then go right back to getting this off for a little bit and then go back, it did help me kind of understand, like, not, because if you're doing that, you're not actually using your hands. You really should be just pointing your shoulders and looking at where you're going, and almost like I at least don't use my hips very much except to initiate it. I'm just kind of like using my shoulders, and I'm going this way or this way, and I'm just letting the bike go. And if it's going too far this way, I'll kind of hit the brake a little bit more. It'll straighten up. If it's too straight, I'll dip into it and just let off the brake completely, let it come around one good time. And it's gonna feel like you're getting thrown off way before you'll actually get thrown off. You'll get high-sided way before you low-side. So dip as far into it as you can, and it's gonna go woo, woo, it's gonna feel nuts. But it'll be okay, like you just gotta hold on. If you're getting like half a circle and then you're coming back to the 12 bar and you're like forced to clutch, I think the only thing that I could suggest is letting the circle dip in more, because like you could be over braking, but sometimes if you're not braking at all, it's exactly what's causing you to come back. Try going a little faster. So you might even need less idle if you're coming back that far, but you shouldn't be really riding the brake that bad. You should just be like every now and then touching it and kind of like hovering it when you're doing no-handers, because any brake, like other than just, you know, what you need to keep yourself locked in is going to straighten you out too much. So that's most likely what's happening, is you're getting that like first half to 3/4 of a circle, and then it's kind of like throwing you, and rather than just committing to it and like just staying in it, you're hitting the brake, and that's causing you to come out the other way. So I think if you're not able to get one full rotation, but you can get like half to 3/4, 99% sure that's the reason. I don't really have anything else that comes to mind, but if you have any other questions, feel free to hit me up, and thanks for watching.